Okay. I think everybody should be able to see. All right. Hello. This is kind of random, so I'm sure probably nobody is going to show up, and that is okay. But I wanted to do some live sprints because I need to read, and I figured this would hold, like, no matter who's here and who's not here, I can hold myself accountable to read. And then I also wanted to get comfortable doing sprints again because it's been a really long time, and to be honest, it gave me anxiety thinking about doing sprints. So I was like, that means I probably need to do some to get over that. And I want to start doing some this year again, especially now that like the school year is ending, and so I'm gonna have a lot more free time this summer, hopefully. So I'm hoping that means I can just like decide to start doing some sprints and go from there. Okay, so I plan on. I'm currently in the middle of Catching Fire. Hi, welcome. Welcome. I am currently in the middle of Catching Fire. I decided to do a read through of the Hunger Games because I have only ever read the first book, and I read the first book in high school, and then I didn't like it, surprisingly. But I went and saw the movie because that was my era, like my high school time frame was the era of like Twilight, Hunger Games, Harry Potter, all those movies were all coming out. So I remember seeing the movie and I loved it. And then I just never picked up the series and just kept going and seeing the movies. Well, now I'm like, I want to go back and read through the original trilogy, and then so I can read through the other books that she's published, which I know they're prequels, so technically I don't have to read the trilogy to start with to get to read those. But I kind of just want to because I want to pick up all the nuances. So I reread the first one. Actually, I reread it like last year and I liked it, and then I decided to reread it again this year, and so now I'm reading Catching Fire for the first time, which is really interesting because I'm picking up on things that weren't in the movies, like certain details. So like in the movies, I don't think there's a scene where they're watching all the past like videos of the like players as they're getting ready for the why am I blanking on the name? The anniversary year, the 75th Hunger Games or whatever. I didn't realize in the book they are, and they actually watch Haymitch's games, which is really interesting. So I definitely should have done a reread first. Yeah, so I was just like, I feel like there's maybe some nuances there that I'm gonna miss if I don't read through them first and then do the prequels. So that's why. Especially because I've seen people's commentaries and a lot of them have been like, oh, this ties into that and this ties into this. And so I'm one of those people that if I'm going to dive into a universe, I want to know everything so I can also partake in the conversation and connect dots. Um, so I am, so that's why I'm halfway through Catching Fire. And I actually really like it so far. Right now, and this isn't, I'm not that I want to assume everybody's read them, but I can say right now where I'm at, the games have just started in the second book. So Katniss is basically trying to save Peeta. And that's so I'm gonna say, just in case there are people who haven't read it yet. I don't want to spoil it too much. So we're gonna do that. I think I only have like an hour left. Sorry, hold on. I'm pretty sure. Sorry, I just wanted to check and make sure. I think I have like an hour left on that, maybe less. And then, if I can, I will probably start another book, depending. For these sprints, I'm only gonna do 15-minute increments, just because I figured. Make sure this music isn't too loud. That's like a good enough time, and I want to make sure we had enough sprints because I do have to end this by 6 because I'm going to a movie tonight, so I want to make sure I give enough time to do things. And then as I'm sprinting, I'm also going to be playing my Switch because I have to be doing something while I'm listening to audiobooks. If you are going to be reading during the sprint, just definitely put it in the chat and let me know because I'm nosy. But yeah, and then once I finish my read through, I'm like, my plan is to read the books and then watch all the movies because I still haven't seen the Ballads of Songbirds and Snakes movie yet, or since I read the book. And then I want to read the new book, Haymitch's book, Sunrise on the Reaping, just in time to get ready for the movie next year. I think that's coming out. It's coming out next year, right? At least that's what they say. So I want to be ready so I can like just go into the theater and be good to go. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. I love the Golden Girls. Like it's a comfort show. Like if I need something to watch but I don't want to like really get invested to the plot of a show, I will put her Golden Girls on because I love them so much. Sophia is my favorite because she's just so funny. I'll definitely have to, if you say it's based on the Golden Girls, I might have to check that out because that sounds fun. So we're gonna start our first sprint at 45, just so I think I put it up there, but oops, I'm sorry. Just in case. Yeah, and then it does. I feel like I might know what you're talking about. Like, hold on, let me look it up on Goodreads real quick because I feel like I've seen what you're talking about. I just murder. I just like didn't consciously. Chesapeake. Oh, Murder by Cheesecake. I don't know why I read that as Chesapeake. I'm losing it. Let me see. If my Wi-Fi would work, that would be fantastic. That is so funny, though. I'm definitely gonna have to check that out now because I really love the Golden Girls. They're so funny. Honestly, I'm like, don't do a reboot, but they need to make another show that's like Golden Girl-esque. Like it's never gonna be the Golden Girls, but something along those lines. Oh, it does have their faces on it. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm gonna add that. I'm adding that to my want to read. When did it come out? Oh, it came out this year. Okay, perfect. April. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out. That's so funny. I can just imagine like all of them in a cozy murder mystery. Like that's gonna be freaking hilarious. Especially like I can just imagine Rose and all of her responses. It's really funny. Ooh. Let's see. Yeah, and then I'm trying to get more into cozy fantasies too, or not cozy fantasy, cozy mystery too. I really like the Finlay Donovan series, so I've been trying to find more stuff like that. Though I have one. It's called It's Elementary by, I can't remember the author. Elise Bryant, maybe. Sorry, the book's right there. So that one they said is supposed to be kind of like Finley Donovan-esque. So I'm gonna try that out. I also tried the Dial A for Aunties, and I thought that was actually really cute. It was funny, but it was like adorable with the aunties. So definitely open to trying more stuff like that as well. Let's see. That's fair. Honestly, that's fair. I feel like if a book is very much oriented from a world that's already been established, like Golden Girls, it would be weird listening to the audio and like not hearing their exact voices. But like I see what you mean. Like I would probably be doing the same thing, like reading it and like hearing everything in like Rose's voice or like Blanche's voice. And yeah, it'd actually be really funny. Oops, I'm trying to move this around. That is hilarious though. Rose's voice. Oops. Cozies have been That's fair. I feel like I'm pretty much I try to read all genres. I've been pretty much solid in fantasy for a while. Um I think it's honestly become a little bit of my comfort genre. Um but I have been picking up a little bit more of like the cozy fantasy or cozy mysteries because I like how like they're so fun but they're so simple. So I've definitely been leaning towards more of those. Um but I definitely think it's good to like just have that comfort genre. I think romantasy is probably like or fantasy romance has become like a little bit of a comfort for me, or at least like a test comfort because I'm like trying to I like have been testing them to see which ones kind of stick out, which ones seem really interesting to check out. Overall, so I get that. 1 minute warning, by the way. Um, but I have been trying to branch out more with my genres. Like, we're trying to do more nonfiction. I was into romance for a really long time and then I just dropped off. So I've been trying to get back into romance as well, which has been a journey. Um, and honestly, I was trying to delve more into like fiction in itself. So like, I read a Kristen Hanna book, which is more historical fiction, which I'm actually trying to get more into the historical genre too. Um, so I really loved was it Nettle and Bone? Wait, am I thinking right? Am I thinking this? Let me make sure I'm thinking of the author. Sword Heart. I think, yeah. Wait. Yeah, Nettle and Bone I really loved by taking Kingfisher, sorry. So I've been wanting to get more into their books and everything. So I keep buying like copies of things and I just haven't picked it up yet. I loved it. It was like kind of it was disturbing a little bit, but like I feel like that's T. Kingfisher's thing just from reading that book. But I actually found it like kind of wholesome. And I like loved the storytelling and just the way the story like flowed, but it was like weird. Like, that's like the best way I know how to describe it. But because of that book, I was like, no, I actually really want it because I only knew her as I felt like she was more like horror esque, so I wasn't because and horror is not really my thing. But like reading her book, I was like, I could get whatever genre this is, I can get into it, which is I guess is still kind of horror esque, but I don't know. All right, I'm gonna start the first sprint, which I'm gonna put my timer up, and then we can start that. Yeah, horror is like definitely not my thing, but I feel that like but with her I like hi Monet. With her I like read that one and I was like, okay, I can read this. So horror's not my genre, but I can read Teen Kingfisher. That's gonna be my avenue of I guess entry into that. All right, I'm gonna start the timer just so you guys know Monet, we're doing 40, 15-minute sprints. So all right. I'm gonna make this. Okay. Can you guys hear me now? I think what happened was I put my I was listening to my laptop and messed up the sound. So is it garbled? Do this. Okay. Is it still garbled? I don't know why it sounds like. Hear me? Is it still garbled? What else it could mean? It could be. Hold, let me see what else I can. Output, input. Okay, I'm back, and then. All right, can you hear me now? Is it still garbled? Okay. Listen, I'm glad I did this now, and this is literally just my test run, apparently. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I'm still figuring out that. Well, not that I'm still figuring out this new computer because I've had a Mac before, but I am, I guess, still figuring out stuff. So sorry about that. How did you guys do on your sprint? The next one will be at 40. We'll do the last sprint at 45. Just because then I gotta get ready to leave. Oh, yay, congrats. How was it? Was it everything you wanted it to be? Yeah, I'm probably gonna I'm probably gonna finish Catching Fire tonight because I don't have that much longer left. I think I have maybe less than an hour. And then I'm trying to decide. I think I'm gonna pick up the next Emily Henry next because I've been reading a lot of fantasy and I need to switch it up and pick up something else. So a contemporary is probably the best, and it's the only contemporary I've been really looking forward to reading. So we'll do that one and then go from there. I've been really off my TBR this month. I've been kind of more into the mood reading aspect of my life, so I need to get back on track. essentially. Honestly, also reading Catching Fire has made me be like, screw the government, they suck, because just everything they, and I appreciate like reading through this again, or not again, reading through this, and I mean you see it in the movie, but it's really solidified in the book, like the amount of the amount of fuck yous all the other tributes have, like the tributes that have to come back and fight in the games again, like the amount of shit and anger they're like blasting towards the government, I am enjoying, because I would also probably feel the same way if I had won my Hunger Games and then was forced to play again, despite the fact that winning was supposed to be your guarantee you never had to do it again. So yeah, I appreciate that. Um, trying to think. Monet, you should. I don't know. What are your options to read next? I was gonna suggest something, but I don't even know what your options are. Yeah, that's what I was that's how I felt, like reading the Hunger Games and then reading like Silver Elite. I was feeling the same thing, because the Hunger Games was so good. Silver Elite, I wouldn't even call a true dystopian. Like I literally think it's just it's giving Fourth Wing with dystopian elements, but it's not complete dystopian. So I just want like a legit dystopian. And I need somebody to do that for me. Overall. And then making bro, that you're halfway through the month and you're just now making a TBR. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, I I've I gotta get back into my TBR journal because I've been slacking on it a lot. So I gotta get back onto that one because I need to get back to tracking it all down. Overall, I think my reading has been good this year. It's just I haven't been like noting it. I've just been doing it, which I guess is good. And I think I've been doing okay with like going between my owned books and then like new releases this year too, which has been interesting. Actually, you know what? I need to get back to gold. I've been putting that off. So that's the other thing. So maybe I prolong Emily Henry a little bit more just to finish gold, because I feel like if I don't get back to it after Catching Fire, I'm gonna put it off again, and I definitely don't want to do that, because now I think Robin's ahead of me, and that makes me feel terrible because she started it way after me. So, that's for the year, and I'm so low on. Yeah, I have to fill my, like, I realized last month I hadn't been filling it in, so I definitely have to start getting better about it. I'm where am I at right now reading wise? If I look at my reading challenge, I'm at like 21 books, which is actually I think also pretty low for me. Pacing wise, but I also like my pattern is that I start strong in the beginning of the year and then I slow down in the spring because uh, that's when the school year gets a little heavy with testing and I'm getting all my stuff done for the end of the year stuff. And then once summer hits, it picks back up again. So I'm hoping that pattern stays true this year. And once I like don't have to go into work every day, I can start like reading again. We definitely have. I definitely would not be at 100 by now. That's for sure. You are crazy. Um but I'm like oh, I'm usually above maybe at about 30. It depends on how January goes usually for me. January was very slow. Like it was good, but it was slower than normal for me. All right, I'm gonna start this last sprint and then we'll come back. All right, that was the final sprint. How did you guys do? I am now 85% into Catching Fire. Definitely gonna finish this tonight because I have, hold on, it says I have an hour and 42 minutes left, but I read on 2.5. So I have about 40 minutes left of the book. Excuse me. I'm at the point, again, if you've seen the movie or if you read the book, I'm at the point where they figure out that the whole game is a clock. So now they're just testing the theory or whatever. But it's interesting. Like I think I forgot like the fact that Katniss is literally only 17 in this series, like 16 to 17 in this series. So like in the beginning, I think when I first initially watched it, I was like, wow, she's very like moody. But then like now that I'm listening to the books again, it's like the reiteration of she's only 17, she's only 16, and it's like to only be this young and you have to literally fight for your life twice, not to mention the third book, like in a game the government has created is wild. It's a wild time. And I would be moody too. I mean, yeah, but like I was moody as a teenager, so I get it. Like it's only fair. Yeah, I'm a Cancer too. So like it makes sense that she's moody because like she's only a teenager, and so she doesn't get to like go through puberty like normal. Like she's literally fighting to the death. Now she has to deal with this. I don't even think this is a true love triangle because like I don't think she necessarily is in a place to truly feel love, because I feel like when you're in a state of panic and fear for a good chunk of your life, especially like with the years that you see her within these books, like there's no room for romance. It's literally survival. So I feel like, and it was interesting, like she said it earlier in the book when her and Gail had a moment where she was like, she doesn't know how to feel that because like fear is the only thing she knows how to feel right now. And I was like, I feel like that's a fair thing. So I wouldn't even call these books a love triangle, because I feel like while she loves them enough to be like to have them in her life and protect them, it's like it's like it's hard to justify. Like I feel like she can't be like, oh, I love them romantically, because like again, she's in a state of crisis. Like it's hard for any other emotions to come into play, I guess, outside of those emotions you feel in a crisis. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wrong, but I guess I'm coming at this from like a psychological standpoint of just like, Sis said she was not feeling love, and that's fair. Like she literally was saying in the first book and in this book, she's like, I don't know how I feel. And I'm like, that's valid, sis, because you're fighting for your life. That's okay. Tell that to Gail. Yeah, that was an annoying thing because Gail was getting frustrated, and I'm like, bro, she literally went through a whole games to the death, and then now she has to deal with the aftermath, because it's not like she got to deal with the games and then it's to move on with her life. No, like now she has to deal with the government maybe potentially trying to kill her because she showed them up, and then she gets put back into the Hunger Games again. And so like there's no time for Gail's feelings. Like I feel like Gail was being a little bit much, because I'm like, sir, like I get it. Like you get to work in the mines, and that's dangerous. I'm not and your life is still dangerous being in District 12 and all that kind of stuff, but him not taking that into account, like, was definitely annoying. Especially when, like, he tells her he like loves her, and it's like, she's like, yeah, like, okay. I'm like, that's a valid response. How did everybody else do? I feel like, did I ask that? I feel like I didn't. That's fine. I think I'm gonna finish this on my drive to where I need to go, and then probably on my drive back home too. And then I'll probably start. I have to work tomorrow. I have to start another book at some point. Maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow. Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Did you decide what you're gonna pick up next? Or at least finish creating your TBR? Yeah, I think I'm gonna do Mockingjay maybe at the beginning of June. Just so I can read some other stuff next. I got that box set, the pretty one that has the original trilogy and then a Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes in it, and they're all like flowery. So I let myself get that box set because I was like, especially because they had the songbird, the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, in the same like edition, like they're all paperback, but they're in the same, like they all match. And so that's why I let myself get it, because I was like, I would be frustrated if my books didn't match in the series. So I'm hoping the when they release the paperback for Sunrise on the Reaping, it'll match that, because otherwise it's gonna drive me nuts. You designed a TBR template. I guess that's close enough to a TBR, but not a TBR. I don't know. As soon as I fill it in. Yeah, that's what I like. So when are you gonna fill it in though? Also, I want to see what this template is. Maybe I'll fill in my thing tonight too. All right. All right. I am going to get ready to hop off. It's 6:09 now. Thank you all for coming. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I think I'm gonna try to do this again in a few weeks, maybe. I don't know, but it'll definitely pop up somewhere. Hopefully you guys have a good Sunday evening and a good start to your week tomorrow. All right, see you guys later.